Welcome to AlphaMail Mondays. You know how we do. This is Nafir Nun. They call me Brother D. Bunch of different pseudonyms, but for the all intensive purposes of the AlphaMail Monday show, I'll be going by Nafir Nun. Now we got Finette's finest over here, named Sean, and we have Culture Rich doing the video thing once again, and we have a couple audience members in the background here, so we're gonna get it started. Now, usually I'll start with, well, do you want to say anything, Sean? Is there anything you wanted to say?
I'm the jeweler, natural gemstones, travel Southeast Asia. Soon I'm going to go to Africa, see what kind of gems they have there. But for now, I'm bringing natural gemstones, healing stones to you.
The jeweler and the chemist, Superior Shea Butter Blends. You know how we do it from the headquarters here at Superior Shea Butter Blends, 27 Queen Street East, downtown Brampton, L6W2A7. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about, normally we start off with a sports segment, but there wasn't that much sports that I follow anyway that happened this last week here. I don't really follow the football and the basketball too much. It's just too many players. There's just too much things going on. I prefer to watch combat. So this weekend here, Clarissa Shields, she became the first 3-division champion ever in women's history, I believe at the youngest age. So she's the youngest one that ever happened. Big ups to Clarissa Shields. I know that everybody was hoping she didn't do it so that Lomachenko could have the title and that reign, that stature still. However, it got dethroned by Clarissa Shields. So big ups to you. Now, there wasn't that much fighting that went on. Do you know Clarissa Shields by any chance, or?
I heard she's a young upcoming boxer, right?
Yeah, she's pretty heavy. There's no woman that can beat her, I don't think.
Okay.
You follow the UFC?
A little. I don't know too much about it, but I follow it.
Well, you know Amanda Nunes, the champion, the women's champion?
Female champion, yeah.
Yeah, she's the double champion. Apparently, Clarissa Shields wants to fight her.
Okay.
So she wants to fight her in the boxing ring and in the octagon, right?
Wow.
So instead of like Mayweather, and Mayweather, I don't care what everybody says, Mayweather is the best ever. He is. I don't care what anybody says. At what he does, he's the best ever for sure. 50-0, if people don't want to call that Conor McGregor fight of whatever. Now Clarissa Shields wants to fight her in the octagon and in the ring. But she says she needs some practice for the octagon, needs to practice some takedown defense, and I think that's pretty smart because in the boxing ring, she'll murder any woman. That's what I would say. There's not a woman alive that I think that can take her. Even if you go to the Shaolin Temple, she'll get mashed up by Clarissa Shields right now. And even in her prime, she'll get mashed up. And I was throwing jabs there, by the way. Yeah, so. But the Shaolin Temple.
Shaolin Temple?
Yes.
Shaolin Temple is good.
So since we're talking about the realm of combat, and there wasn't that much combat sports that went on this weekend, there was some combat that went on this week, and I loved it. I loved it. As a member of a group of hip-hop, I don't want to big up our chests too much, but a hip-hop group named Brass Tacks, me, myself, okay? I have a very serious appreciation for hip-hop and rap music, okay? Now, there was a group of individuals from London, England, that used to be kind of crew. There's a bunch of them in there. But Stormzy and Wiley had some beef and shit going on this week here. Now, I remember listening to Stormzy's song, Wiley Flow. And I was like, this sounds a lot like Wiley, but like you're just bigging up Wiley. And I appreciated the song. I think the song is a wicked song. I think Stormzy did a wicked job. All the cadence, everything was wicked. You know what Stormzy is?
A UK rapper, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting very big now. He had a song with Ed Sheeran, and so apparently a video comes out a bit later on YouTube, and it's Wiley saying that Stormzy basically was not paying him tribute. He was saying, not everything you hear is tribute, bro, and all that kind of shit, and it was interesting. So Wiley came with a song, I think it was this week. It might have been Monday or Tuesday, called Idiot Skang Man. Now, Stormzy is the Skang Man. The song is called Idiot Skang Man. And in the song, Wiley mashes up the place. And Wiley's a traditional, what they call grime artist, right? So grime is a fusion, they say, of hip hop and all this. But to me, when I listen to grime, it just sounds like hip hop to me. It just sounds like hip hop. It's a different beat, and they're just flowing the way they flow with that different beat. They have a different accent, but the accent isn't even really that unfamiliar to me. Like we speak the Queen's English here in friggin' America, well, in Canada too, right? So, like, to me, I just find it refreshing to hear the lyrics. You know what I mean? They're dealing with some lyrics. So the day after Idiot Skang Man came out, Stormzy released a track called Disappointed. Now, in the song Disappointed, Stormzy mashes up Wiley, talking about his dad and his brother and how they're punks. And I'm like, whoa, Stormzy came pretty hard there. The following day, Wiley comes with a song Idiot Skang Man 2. Then the following day, Stormzy comes with Still Disappointed. Then the following day, Wiley comes with Idiot Skang Man 3. Now, I was expecting to hear Stormzy come with the next one today. I didn't hear it yet, but I was expecting to hear it because these guys are going off. They're going off, man. I'm recording videos every day for the songs. Like,
So what's the relationship between these two?
I don't really know the relationship that much, but apparently there was a bunch of them in the grime community that were cool with each other. Like, you know, like you'd have like East Coast and West Coast, whatever. There's a bunch in America, right? But in UK, I don't really know the I don't know the geography of the UK like that. I've never been there, like, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Same.
but they have their little crews. You know what I mean? They have their little crews. So they were all part of the same crew. And Wiley's like, they consider him to be one of the godfathers of grime because he's the one that pushed it far. He had the song Bossy that has Idris Elba in the video, and you know what I mean? He's not a small guy. Wiley's a big guy. Drives a McLaren and thing. He's not rampant. He's good.
Right.
But Stormzy's on the come up. But the way Wiley's dropping it, the lyrics is like, look, they're using you, Stormzy, and they have you as a little pop kind of thing, and I can't even front. The lyrics in all of the things, I'm listening to it and I'm like, this is definitely higher level. It's definitely higher level.
So in your opinion, who's winning?
It'll be difficult to ascertain that. It's kind of like at a stalemate right now. The reason why I say that is because the amount of people that listen to hip hop in general, right? It keeps increasing because it seems like it's not going to go anywhere. There was an issue at first. I'm glad you mentioned that because that was going to bring us into the next segment of what we were going to talk about. You see, the younger crowd is going to more identify with Stormzy because he's dealing with their slang. He's dealing with their vibration. So they don't care about the history that Wiley is talking about in the diss tracks. Even though a man that's a connoisseur could listen and say, holy shit, Wiley's just dropping fact after fact after fact. But they don't care about facts these days. Like, the delivery is the only thing that matters. The delivery is the only thing that matters these days. So, well, generally speaking. So I think Stormzy might have an edge with the younger crowd. But because hip-hop is so expansive, and the crowd is not only made up of the youngers, it's made up of all the different demographics. No way, be way more than that.
What is the UN?
Okay, they say in Africa there's 1.2 million. 1.2 billion. Okay,
Yeah.
and in China they say there's 1.3 billion.
Right.
Okay, but in China the growth rate is 1.6. The birth rate, okay,
Right.
is 1.6. So that means it's still a declining birth rate, or sorry, declining growth rate.
Growth rate,
Okay, because in order to have the growth rate even stabilized, they say you need to have 2.1 as your birth rate. So that means every woman has to give birth to 2.1 children. So it's two, obviously, for man, woman, and 2 children to replace that. But then, disease or premature death or whatever, just so 2.1. China has 1.6. Africa, has 5. Okay? 5.
For every woman, there's 5 children.
5 children. For every woman in Africa, there's 5. Okay? So, that said, in order for the population of Africa to be the same as China's, okay? And China's growth rate, let's say, just round it down, 1.5, and then you have 5,
Yeah.
you have to murder 3.5
Yeah. You're
out of 5. So 3.5 out of 5 is 7 out of 10. So you're making sure that 7 out of 10 are dead.
dying, yeah.
So I
the only
don't
way it
care
makes
what
sense.
you're doing anywhere else. I don't care about the cows. I don't care about the fishies. I don't care about none of that. And guess what? I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat for longer than most of these vegans that talk all this crap. Okay? 85. I stopped eating meat in 85. Okay?
Yeah.
So just so that, but I wear a leather belt. I wear a leather belt and I don't give a crap, and I'll wear a fox and a fur too. But because I'm dealing with it because of how I eat. Of what I eat, because of health reasons and what I want to accomplish with my body. But that said, 7 out of 10 Africans,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about a tadpole. I don't give a shit. Not right now. Not right now. Because if you stop murdering all these Africans, we will make sure, like we always have, that the planet is proper. We're the guardians. We're the caretakers of the planet. We'll make sure the tadpoles are cool. But you have to just stop murking us at 7 out of 10 ratios. Like, fuck.
And they know what's going on because the
Well, they're doing
U.S.
it.
Army
They're
is
the ones
there.
doing it.
Well, they're supplying these little armies, right? They're giving guns to the
Of
Africans.
course.
And they're just watching, like it's Netflix.
No, it's
Canadian-
like you said, it's a combination of that, disease,
It's
all that.
whatever it is. I don't care if it's the freaking toenail clipper. I don't give a shit what it is. It's 7 out of 10 is dying. In order for that to be maintained. And if you look at Africa's geographical landmass, okay, it's way bigger than China. So you should be able to fit, if you can fit 1.3 billion in China, you could fit at least 4 billion in Africa. Okay? And it's only 1.2, you said? And you're culling us still? You're still on the cull? Like in America, you're murdering us. I'm not just talking about like North America. In South America, we're getting shit kicks on levels.
Oh, yeah.
They can't. You see how they talk about how they murder off the youth in America and New York. They're killing off the kids with the cop. That's nothing compared to Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil is like that's a killing ground. They practice on us in Brazil.
Yes.
They practice on us.
Yes.
It's about, I think it was 2016. The police murdered about 5,000 people,
Jesus Christ.
and we don't know what race it is, but
Duh. Duh.
5,000 people for that year.
Right? And so now, speaking about that type of warfare thing,
Okay, we have
so now dealing with this war thing in Iran, that really to me is not a war thing.
It's not.
It was one of these things where they had to save face in Iran after America gave them a slap. They had to save face and say, okay, we're not pussies. Look, we're not pussies. America recognizes, okay, you're not pussies, and it's done now. Let's get the oil. Okay, because if you shave off the beards of all of these Iranian guys that are in power, just shave off their beard and get them a little buzz cut.
Aryan Nation.
Okay, that's Aryan right there. They're just white guys. Okay, so it's like I don't really care. What's your end game? Because you see that thing there is maintenance of white supremacy on planet Earth. That's what they're dealing with. So they have to make sure that region of the planet that they control it, because that's why they're in Israel right now. But Israel might not be doing it enough right now. There's a lot of wealth coming through that Saudi Arabia. There's a lot. They probably have to get a little bit of a handle. I don't really know. I don't give a shit. I know all of them are complicit in keeping the black man on the floor. Like in Asia, they know that we brought kung fu. They know that it's Damo. Remember I showed you the article earlier on today?
I've seen Damo.
Okay.
It looks like an Indian man.
I'm-
The statues I've seen out there.
I
But
bet it
we,
does.
Indian
I
and
bet
black,
it does.
we're the same. We're
You
the
know what I
same.
mean? Damo, we were saying,
Yeah.
is
Founder of Kung Fu.
right, and it's definitely not no Indian guy,
It looks like it.
bro. Okay,
Bald
so
head.
so which Indian guy? So which Indian guy is in the NFL, NBA, NHL? Which one? I don't buy it. It's one of the Dravidians, and the Dravidians is really us, and they push us down to the floor. And they're complicit as the Indian with their Hinduism and their mash down the Sudra, mash down the Dalit. They're in on it.
Caste system, I mean.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Cast down,
And then
yeah.
you have the Asian that's from or Indians are Asian too, the Northern Asian from China and whatnot that know that we were there first, and they call us Negrito and all kind of crap. Okay, everywhere on planet Earth, we were there first. And we know this for hundreds of thousands of years, okay?
Yeah.
And so every race that tries to go on like, well, this is our place, and the law says this after you came over there like pirates and mashed us down, like, you're all in on it. So I don't really, it's like, whatever's happening to you, I'm like, I don't really care about what's happening to you on a level, because 7 out of 10's getting murdered over by me, and all of you guys are in on it,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, because what really more can I say to that? Like, I'm really gonna have your perspective in my mind when you guys came over here like pirates, like barbarians, and came and just murdered, pillaged, did what you did, and then now you want to say, well, we say that it's supposed to be like this. And whenever you bring up the fact that, hey, you guys came in here and mashed down the place, before you talk about being like this, why don't you give back and be fair? Now that you have the opportunity and you run everything, be fair first, give everybody what they're supposed to have.
And they'll have nothing.
Oh, but they'll have nothing then, right?
Of course.
So fair, so fuck
All
fair.
the museums
so forget,
would be empty.
So forget fair then. So forget fair then, right?
Museums, yeah.
Museums would be empty. There'd be nothing for.
So
So they
forget.
have paintings.
Oh, yeah, that's
From
true.
those guys.
So forget fair. So okay, talking about that now, right? You see what we said, how they would have nothing if they give everything, if they act fairly. Think about this for a second. I was talking earlier on in the week
You
with
murdered
somebody.
to get what they
Okay.
got. How the fuck are they gonna be fair?
Well,
you just said they came and they killed the
These are the same ones that say
Pillaged.
And
cruelty
pillaged.
free and don't wear fur. These are the same ones.
1% of that whole
Okay.
gang of people he was talking about. That's 1% talking about fur and vegan. The rest of them,
Well,
animalistic,
okay, but at the same,
murderers.
well, yeah, because like
Ain't no way
I have
around
to
it.
say yeah, I have to say yeah, but they still will try to put on this moral compass and wear it like, but no, we're humane. But now think about this. See how if they gave back what they stole, they would have nothing? Okay. There was a period in time when the Moors, and people are going to try to pretend that, oh, the Moor skin, or we all know that the Moors are the people from Africa that people would even misnomer as Moor because we were so dark and we looked the same. Like how every black guy in Toronto is a Jamaican? Say yeah, that's the same thing, Moor, okay? All right. So now, you see, when the Moors were running Europe, all right? So they civilized, brought algebra, and all that. They brought civility to Europe. But then they got kicked out. 1492 was their last stand in Grenada, right? Or Granada, right?
Okay.
So, okay. Think about when all the explorations of these European guys that we learn in history class, Jean Cabot and Jacques Cartier and Columbus and all these guys, think about when that happened. Didn't that happen after? That happened in like the 1500s, after the 1492 when they kicked us out. Why? Why? Because, this is my This is my speculatory analysis of this, okay? You guys started getting murdered off. You were dying off because you couldn't grow stuff properly in that region. In the regions you were dying off. Okay? So you had to figure out where the hell did those guys go to? We gotta bring them back. The bubonic plague is murking us down. So the Black Death and all that kind of stuff. Where the hell did these niggers go? Like, where are they? Where are they? And that's why these guys were given so much money to go explore, to go find where we were. Okay, that's my speculatory analysis on that. Okay, so that's why they ended up coming to the New World and all that because we were here, and they needed to find us again so that their crops would grow, so that they wouldn't get the shit kicks no more. And that's my. What do you think?
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Superior statements on AlphaMail Mondays. You see it here? You heard it here. Now, speaking about these type of colonial interactions, something happened earlier this week, and I seen it on my Facebook timeline today about Meghan Markle.
Meghan.
Yeah, Meghan. You know Princess Meghan?
Sweet girl from Toronto.
Okay, now,
Princess.
straight up, bro. I personally find that she is the most beautiful girl that I have seen on television. I think she is the prettiest girl that I've seen on television. I like maybe her makeup job or whatever, but I like Prince Harry said no, mine. Fucking Prince Harry. That you know how much clout. It's Prince Harry, bro. I own all of Canada and America and Germany not Germany, but Australia, and I own the country, bro. The thing was born in the country, and I own the country. That's mine. Give me that. So I might be wrong. They're probably prettier, but on TV when I seen, I was like, wow, because I used to watch Suits because of her. Okay, she's a baddie. Okay?
I don't agree with you, but she is beautiful.
Okay.
I think she's the most beautiful woman.
Oh,
to
of course,
me,
there's lots more.
I think she's Prince Harry. The guy who owns the place agrees with me. So superior as always. Anyway, I'm just fucking around. But anyway, she's having problems in the freaking in the palace. Problems in the palace. What do you think these problems are stemming from, fellas?
What kind of problems? What kind of problems?
The Queen don't like her. The media don't like her. British press is giving her a hard time. And she's like, I'm getting out of here. Prince Harry said something like he's not going to stay in the same type of a situation that led to his mother's death. What the hell did you just say?
That's what he said?
He said something along those lines. I remember reading.
What is he suggesting?
I don't know what he's inferring.
No.
I don't know what he's inferring, but I do know that there's a recipe for disaster. Maybe there's the temperature is just right for a disaster to happen. Who knows? But Megan's like, I'm getting out of here. Now, what do you think? Should she leave?
She can't leave.
Should she have our sympathy?
She can't leave.
Should she have our sympathy?
All right. The most important question to me beyond all of that is, what level of blackness is she? What is her mother? What is her?
She's
father?
black. She's black. She's black.
She's
There's
black from who?
I don't care. She's black. I deal with genetics, bro. Like, I'm a bio guy. Like, her genome says black.
What is black? Her mother, her father?
Her mother's black.
Her mother's black.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Full black woman.
Black woman, yeah.
Okay.
There's, like, even if she's a quadroon or whatever, octamaroon and all that kind of shit that they say, the one drop means that you're non-white. And they still have to wait for the next 2 generations before they'll consider you white. So you ain't white, so what are you then? Right? Just because you can pass in today's... They're very specific on how they deal with it. And genetics, you don't see white cockroaches. You don't see white mice in nature. You don't see white rabbits in nature. You see them in controlled environments. That's laboratory kind of settings. The laboratory setting that we have here is white supremacy, and that's why you're seeing like white people, because they made sure that I'm a nigger and that's a spick and that's a nip and that's a gook or whatever they packy, and they made sure that they isolated themselves in an area where nobody's gonna talk to them. That's the caste system. That's the Hindu caste system shit, right? So Meghan Markle's black. She's black. There's no if ands or buts
she's
about.
black. She got
She's
my
black.
sympathy then. All right.
But
Got
now
my sympathy. No, she's
she
black.
has my sympathy as well, because anybody that's me has my sympathy to begin with. That's the way that I rock. But do you find it hypocritical that women that talk about like Byron Allen, like how he's trying to take over a whole bunch of television stations and have networks and whatnot, but they don't want to support him because he has a white wife, but we're supposed to support Meghan Markle, but you know she has a fucking prince that owns everything by murder and pillage and rape and theft. That's not hypocritical in the least. That to me is like hungry hippo.
Good point. But what's his name?
Byron Allen.
Allen. What's gonna happen now when he passes away? Where do you think that wealth that he accumulated is going? Tell me.
To his children who are black. To his
A large
children.
percentage of that is going to his wife as well.
His wife's gonna be dead.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying. The wealth will go to the children.
The wealth will go to his. Some of it is gonna go to the wife. If she.
The wife is going to dead. They're the same generation. Her wealth. Where's her wealth gonna go? Her wealth is gonna go to the children too.
Yeah, and
The
her
children.
family.
Her family's gonna dead. The children are her family. Well, okay, when you have the half-breed girl, the biracial girls that are out here in society, who are they fucking with most? And yeah, I said fucking, but you know which kind of fucking I mean, okay? You know, they're dealing with black guys. It's black guys. So their children are not gonna look whiter. It's black. This is the reason why, okay, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed person, I could understand why daddy is mad when your daughter deals with a black guy. I understand. Because for 1,000 years, it was blonde-haired, blue-eyed, or red-haired, blue-eyed. It was like, don't screw around. That's what because genetics will just say that'll pass quick. Any brown-haired come in there, you're done now. It's like maybe the next one, but like you're really practicing eugenics, okay? When it comes to the blonde-haired, blue-eyed. I like the way that I look in the mirror. I'm sure that everybody here likes the way they look in the mirror. I know that I'm not God's gift to everybody, but I feel blessed. I have functioning limbs and everything's good. You know what I mean? So I can't expect anybody from another race to not feel the same way. And when I had my children, I'm glad that they look like me, but much, much prettier than me. Okay, like they're way better looking than me. But like I'm glad that I had some kind of stake in that. You know, I cannot see that another race would feel that they don't want the same thing. So I do understand. I get it when it's like, you know what? You're dealing with a nigger, you're disowned.
That is
The
true.
thing is that like the blonde-haired, blue-eyed lady, when she deals with a black guy, the child's gonna be black. And these days they're coming out with kinkier hair than me.
Get back to the Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
The Meghan Markle thing.
The Meghan Markle thing is that she's black.
She's black. So
Yeah.
what
So they don't want her in the UK,
That makes-
and her life is in an issue right now.
I can see that.
And
Let,
so-
let Henry have his fun.
But-
Harry.
But should we be rocking for her?
But he's the one that's more like the mother, the redheaded one, right?
He's the one that's not even supposed to be Prince Charles' son.
That's why. And they think that he's not the son because of this and that.
There's another dude.
He has red hair, bro. And next he's blonde hair, blue eyed.
But blonde hair, blue eyed, and red hair, blue eyed is still off recessive levels of that. But either way, the thing is that I want to just draw attention to the fact that I myself, Nafir Nun, rock with you, Meghan Markle. I rock with you, okay?
Well, you just told us she's the most
Okay.
beautiful woman you ever seen. Of
Yeah,
course
but that has
you
nothing
rock.
to do with it. You're a
Gotta
black
get the
woman.
chance.
You're a black woman. Listen, there's
That's trying to shoot a shot right now.
Yeah, I'm shooting shots. These guys are nuts.
Meghan Markle, I'm with you, baby.
Like my daughters are watching. My daughters are watching, and I'm gonna be shooting shots with women on camera.
Yeah.
Bro, come on, bro. Chess all day. Either play or be played. Right? You know what I mean? Like so now, what I'm saying is that with Meghan Markle, you're a black woman, so I rock with you. I rock
agree
with
with that.
any black guy or girl. Okay? I don't care. Because in front of the cameras, all right, guys, this is chess all day. Either play or be played. We should not be tearing down anything black when in front of non-black.